In your face. All over the place. We're online. You're listening to the hottest internet station. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching The Real Husbands of Largo, featuring Stace the Seeker.
We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to...
Welcome to the Real Husbands of Largo. Yeah! Let's do it. With me, your host, Stace the Speaker. We're back for another week, baby. Are you ready for the love life level up?
Level up.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing wrong with
Let's level up.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about all things sex and relationships. From smart sex robots to perfecting your stroke.
Sex robots.
Yes!
They got dumb sex robots.
What?
Yeah,
He said he want an easy robot.
Like my robot's dumb.
Oh, man. My man said he want an easy bot. Done.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've also got a very interesting hubby letter that begs the question, does having sex on the first date make a woman easy? Yeah, so this is a good letter. This is a real good letter. I can't wait to get to this part. But hey, Spence, hey, from easy woman to easy bot.
Oh, wow.
Easy woman to easy bots, huh?
How you gonna put me in on that stage?
Well, you just said the easy bots, you know.
Was looking for the easy bot.
Well, we also have sex therapist, Dr. Donna Oriowo.
Yeah.
Oriowo in the building
Yes.
with us tonight.
Whoa.
Listen, we're gonna have a good time. So what I need you to do is share. If you're watching my Facebook, share. Go down, hit that share button. Go down, hit all your friends. Look, share at least 3 people. At least 3 people individually. Share it on your feed. We're going to have a great show. And if you're listening by radio, call somebody. Tell them to tune in. Because you know these husbands, we going to make you laugh. We might even make you cry. Either way, you're going to get you some of this good medicine. You on with the husband.
Yeah.
Let's do it, baby.
Yes.
What's up with the colon check?
Dude.
Oh, yes, sir.
Dude.
You want the shoulders.
That's they want. That's they want.
Heart rate,
That's
heart
good.
rate.
You keep it down. Keep it moderate. You looking good in that shirt, man.
Hey, man, I'm reborn.
Slim and trim. I
About
see
time.
it, baby.
Don't lie to him.
Oh man, somebody said you ain't got the Lord in your life yet.
He got him down.
As long as you wear the shirt, you're getting the help.
Yep.
Oh man, but it's time for our opening segment of the day. A little segment called These 3 Words. Bring it in, Lenny!
These 3 words.
Yeah!
Yeah, boy. Dang.
Yes.
Soulful.
So the Stevie Wonder soundbite is on its way.
Please help me out.
I was just kidding, but I'm gonna kick it over to Spence. Spence, what are these 3 words? The 3 words of the day, what are they?
22 ways to die.
Okay.
All right. So
To
22.
Is to die a one word?
To die.
To
is
die,
one
to
word.
die.
I know. Whoa.
If you haven't-
No, I've seen it. I've seen how you do it before. I've seen it.
If you haven't- if you haven't noticed, these 3 words,
Wow.
Sometimes a five.
you get them together.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
okay, all right.
Don't do that, Lenny, no more.
Okay, my bad.
You gotta start pronouncing them how you write them.
Yeah, well, see, this time I didn't write them, but yeah, I do pronounce it.
He said to die.
To die.
Oh, okay.
22
To die.
ways to die.
To die.
To die.
It's better when you see the visual. I'll do that next time. I'm sorry, people.
All right, 22 ways to die.
To die.
I don't-
Anybody? Any guesses?
I don't have a guess. I don't have a guess. 22 ways to die.
To die.
Give it to us.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Go,
Okay,
give it to
so
us.
if y'all weren't paying attention, one of my musical role models, Quincy Jones, made the news this week.
Oh, I heard about it.
Apparently, No.
Nah.
Allegedly.
At least not yet.
I'm about to say
Okay.
not yet.
I don't
wish
know
that
who's
evil-
safe.
Don't you wish that evil on him, Ricky Bobby? But no. So this week, oh yeah, I know, right? But this week, apparently, he came out and said that he is no longer looking to get married. He's been married 3 times, and now he just wants girlfriends, and he currently has 22 girlfriends sprinkled around the world. 22.
So he came out publicly.
Publicly, nobody pushed his, said, "Hey man, how many girlfriends you got?" No, he just came out married 3 times.
Wow.
Okay.
He's that old?
84.
Keeping
Okay.
it real. Keeping it real.
I'm gonna keep it real. I think Quincy Jones is lying on his manhood. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think he is. Come on.
84 years
He an old dude.
Nah.
He an old dude.
And he got old money.
With something to
Say
prove.
words, say he got
22
money.
He
girls.
got old money.
got money.
22 girlfriends.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Dude,
That's a lot.
84. First of all, he 84. He been around a while.
Okay. Now he having a hard time getting around. Period.
You crazy?
They don't care. Man, they make
Exactly.
pills for that.
Exactly.
84 years. He ain't got no 22 girlfriends.
84-year-olds don't lie no more.
I'm buying it.
They don't lie.
Thank you.
They ain't got nothing to worry about.
Thank you,
They tell the
Stu.
He ain't
truth.
got nothing to lose.
Whatever.
He got one foot in the casket. He like, I'm about to tell it all.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Dang, you just-
Is
you-
it
you
not
just killed
common?
off-
Is it not common for men to lie on their manhood? Is it not common?
When you
Not the men in this room.
When you poor?
When you poor. Poverty
You
provokes
said
lying.
not the men in this room?
Not the men in
The
this
only
room.
way I lie on mine is
Hey.
if I'm sleeping on my stomach.
I hate when you give me visuals. I can't get that out of my head.
Oh man, yes.
Hey,
Uncomfortable.
Well, look.
let me tell you something. I never lie to my wife about anything in my manhood, okay?
But he not married.
All day, every day. This is 10 inches. All day, every day. I don't lie about it.
That
10
span
inch.
in between your hands is
That's
10
10
inches. That's a
inches.
10 inch span. Okay.
Nah, and I don't lie.
It's good you can measure with your fingers. That's
That's
great.
right.
That's great. So since we're talking about girlfriends, I want to go into our social media questions. We did. It was only one today because we have something else that
got a
we're
lot to
doing
do.
today, Ro. Thank you, Ro.
Lenny-
Can I host the show, Ro? Can I? You come in late.
Oh, wow.
You gonna walk past the camera,
It is.
and then you gonna tell me when to do my stuff.
Come on, dog.
Not only did he
No,
come in
no,
late,
no, you got me mad.
hey,
Don't.
he came in late, came all the way across the back of the jaw.
Come on, Ro. Come on, Ro.
Oh, wow.
Gee.
I'm sorry.
You supposed to be sitting here. I got Will here sucking up all the light. Dang.
This man is cold. Both light and time.
Okay, you gotta get it out. You gotta get it out.
I wish you get it out.
Oh, wait a
here.
minute, guys.
Whoa,
Wait a
whoa,
minute,
whoa,
wait a
whoa,
minute.
whoa,
It's a different
whoa.
show.
Oh, yeah, right.
Doesn't happen when I'm here, okay? You want the other husbands. Anyway, speaking of girlfriends, significant others, I put a question out on social media. And I want you guys to answer this for me. Hashtag keep it 1000. Give me your thoughts. I did get a lot of answers on social media, but I have a question. And husbands, please chime in. Does your significant other have the right to tell you who not to follow on social media? I got a wide range.
Yeah.
A wide range of answers on this. I want to hear from you husbands. But what I'll do is this. I'll get it started. I got a comment from one James Roundtree who said, "Don't spouses have better ish to talk about? This topic has literally never come up in our household. LOL." Chris Superville answered, "Mine either, but I get the point of the question. There's a deeper issue if it does." What do you think about that? Like, does it, if for that to come up, does that mean that there are issues? Or I mean,
I would have to.
You think-
I would think so. Because for your significant other to know who you're following, she creeping on your page. I feel like.
wait a minute though. Like everybody can see, like especially if you're on Facebook,
Yeah.
everybody can see who you
Everybody
follow.
can see who you. Well, they can see who you follow. They see who comment on your stuff. But you really have. I feel like you got to be constantly paying attention to see who you following. Now, I feel like it's a difference. Like if I'm looking at a picture that my wife posted and maybe some dude made an inappropriate comment, I'm like, who is that?
Right.
If I'm just going through looking who she like, who is this dude? Why you following him? So I feel like that's a little petty.
But like, I mean, but it's your spouse. You can't do that if you want to.
I feel like that's a trust issue. If I got to go through her page and see who she following, who following her.
Wow. Okay.
That is the least of my worries.
I don't know, Lenny. What you think? You got a different look on your face. And can somebody out there get roll a towel? He's looking ridiculously wet in here. Whoa.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't that type of
You
show.
come in late, sweating like a pig.
Dang.
You are a cop.
Oh man.
You can email Stacey.
Right. The Blue Lives Matter.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Jeez, I'm sorry. I was just having a little fun. But yeah, what do you think, Lenny? What do you think, man?
My wife and I have had this conversation before.
Oh Lord.
I had a different perspective in the beginning. It was basically kind of like how Ro was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're supposed to trust your husband. You're supposed to trust your wife.
Right.
Don't worry about what's going on. Even if somebody's saying, "Oh, you look so good in this picture," blah blah blah, it shouldn't be a real concern if you trust that your husband's not going to reciprocate that feeling back to him. I guess is the best way to say it. Mm-hmm. But then after speaking with her and thinking about it and not thinking in a more selfish way, I would say, you start to realize if it's something that's really bothering them and you can't say, hey, let me explain to you why this happened, and it doesn't really make sense to, the way you explain it to where it sounds innocent and things like that, then maybe you do need to cut ties with that person, or you need to say, you know what, let me just get rid of this friend or whatever because they kind of crossing that line. Now, if they just complaining about it because the person isn't crossing the line, they just go down and they see somebody hit a thumbs up on a post that you put and they happen to be the opposite sex, then I think that's a problem. But if there's something that's going on that's making them feel a little insecure, then I think y'all should talk about it. Mm-hmm. And if in the end she feels like she just can't be comfortable with it, then I think you should get rid of it.
What about you? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna ask you this. Go ahead. We got a comment. Go ahead.
Okay.
We have 2 comments. So Vonetta says, "Hi, Will."
Hey, right on time. What's good? We always invite those somebody likes them. Go ahead.
Ray says, "If you are married, yes, because it's reciprocal. There are some people that you just don't need to follow." Keep it 1,000.
Keep it 1,000. 1,000. I was gonna read this comment. DP Pride said, I'm all for if it is an issue, it goes away. I will not let anything on the internets change the energy in my house. But then there's another comment. This from our people on DMV Social. Anybody watching on DMV Social, shouts out to you. Hey, put something in the comment section. It looks like her name is Naja Pollock. It's a free country, but this behavior stinks of insecurity. And if it's not addressed, you're going to have mad problems. I mean, what if it's not? What if it's not? I agree with that. But what if it's not that that deep? What if it's just like, look, all right, that person is somebody who likes you, who has made, maybe try to make contact with you before. We've discussed it, and I don't like that. What if it's that? I mean, is that a problem?
That's understandable.
That's understandable. But I think what DMV Social was getting to, right? What was the name again? What was the name?
I think it's Naja.
Okay, like, where do you stop, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you can't squash that, if you guys can't talk about this, first it's following. Okay, you on your social media following certain people, I want you to stop that. Right. Then it's, I don't want you to go to the grocery store because the cashier kind of cute, and you can't be going there buying no groceries without me. Then, we can't live in D.C. no more because you went to high school there, and a couple of your friends is leveling up.
It can get out of hand real quick.
Get out of hand, right? So whose fault is it?
Whose fault? Uh-oh. Here we go.
You say it's the woman's fault. The
I didn't say anything.
With your eyes, you blinked at me. So you explain.
I didn't say it was anybody's fault. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. My wife says to me, hey, listen, I don't want you to follow that person. All right, boo. I ain't following no more. Like, that's it. That's it. But see, I know my wife. My wife ain't crazy.
Whoa, you ain't even get it out.
He been practicing and it still didn't come out right.
My wife ain't crazy.
Shout out to the live studio audience. My wife happens to me. Love you, babe.
She don't look happy.
Oh, Lord. I'm about to take her to the IHOP after this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
No, I think it's. Oh, we got one from.
Go ahead.
Brian says, "I've never been concerned with who my wife followed or who is following her. I'm confident she conducts herself according. Plus, I'm known for slapping people if they get reckless.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Hey,
Good, Brian.
That's
this.
It's one of your friends.
Hey,
Must be one of your friends.
conduct yourself accordingly. She conducts herself accordingly.
You trying to bring strife in somebody's house?
No, I'm just saying.
That's what you trying to
The
say.
language
You
that was
being
used right
messy. You
there.
being
is like,
messy.
I'm allowing certain things.
She's like, don't make Mr.
nah,
Man.
hey,
Don't make Mr. Man.
That's B. Cobb. He'll slap somebody. Yeah, he will.
I think it's a relationship question. It depends on the relationship, whatever y'all are comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Stu is secure. Somebody else, it may be you. If you choose to marry somebody, you already know if they secure or not. I would hope. You know, you did your research, and if you are comfortable with that level of security or insecurity, then you say I do. If not, then you know you move on. But if you know that they're insecure, then you do everything to keep peace. What was it, DP Pryor?
Yeah, he said that.
You make sure that there's a certain you want to. He said something about maintaining the energy. in the house or
Maintain,
something like that.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So
feed that evil.
right.
Yeah,
So if
stay
you
out
know that she or he is liable to go off if you know they see something, then you govern yourself the way that you're supposed to govern yourself. You want peace.
Don't be sliding in them DMs.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Apparently it goes down there.
Yeah. Goes down in the DM.
Hey, can you poke people?
Right.
Can you poke people? Is that still appropriate? Can you poke people?
I don't poke people. I never have because it just didn't seem right.
You mean like this?
I Oh, man.
I'm just trying to get an understanding of what you mean.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Well, let me read this. This was Johnny Brockman. He's also from DMV Social. He says, I hate women that go on your Facebook page and think they know everything about you because they see a few pictures. WTF is that all about? What's WTF mean? I don't know. Yeah, well, that's what he said. And Ira Randall said, when you're in a relationship with someone, you usually value their opinion. If my lady wants me to delete someone for almost any reason, I more than likely will. See, Ira sounds like me. You know, that's pretty much my sensibility. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to know, what is that relationship though? We saying relationship pretty loosely. This is a marriage or this is somebody dating? That's why I want to talk to Will, because what's that restriction? But if it's not a restriction with a marriage, you gotta give and take.
I already know what
But
Will's gonna say.
what he gonna say? What he gonna say?
He gonna say,
Hey, you ain't got my last name.
that's what there it is. He said it last week.
Hey, you
it's
did.
two things I remember from last week. If you ain't got my last name, and there's a difference between secure and stupid.
Yep.
Right?
So,
All right, that's Will. Too.
Williisms.
And there it is. There it is. There it is. The simple facts, baby. The simple facts according to Will, baby.
hey,
Yeah.
that's right.
Now it's time for our What the Heck segment. I gotta tell you, I don't know if you guys have been watching, but there is a sex robot on the market. Yeah, bro. What? Really? Are you boosted about that? Rubbing those hands together as if? Well, what?
This is a good story. That's why.
It is. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay. I thought
ready
you was
for that.
ready for the robot. Come on.
check this out. You gonna hear what the husbands have to say right after this.
What the heck?
Close your eyes. Wake up. Smile.
Her name is Harmony. She's a realistic-looking robot with soft skin and soothing voice.
The more you interact with me, the smarter I become.
She's capable of having a conversation, a romantic moment, and, well, you know.
I feel very secure with you next to me.
With the advent of talking to our phones, like we all do, all of a sudden the possibility became very real. I think that people do have a knee-jerk reaction. I don't see a lot of danger in it. At the end of the day, we really are focusing on the positive benefits of interacting with technology and how can we use that technology to help people who may be emotionally suffering or lonely. We spend a lot of time to try to get them to, you know, mimic the feel of a real person and be able to sort of capture that feeling that you get when you touch someone. Ours will be customizable in the sense that you can choose traits in the personality that will influence your interactions. And there are going to be moods in place. So as you interact over time, the AI will remember more and more things about you and bring them up in subsequent conversations.
Yikes!
What the heck? What's that? Listen, hashtag WTH. I want to hear your comments. Is this just plain old creepy or just the evolution of love? What you think?
The evolution of
love.
Technology,
like,
baby.
Yeah, it's the flavor of love. Like, you know, I can make love by Bluetooth. You know what I mean? What you think?
So out of everybody on the panel, right? Y'all, I mean, we pretty socially conservative when it comes to certain things. I'm probably the most liberal.
Oh, all right.
I think this right here, the robot though, is past even Stu Baby. I get uncomfortable with the robot. I'm down with everything else except for the robot.
You will go for a clone. You will go for your wife.
Yeah, I go for a clone now. I go for a
the
clone.
better you.
But I can't mess with no robot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's something going on with the robot that's a little bit weird for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, for Stu Baby circumstances, I can't be messing with no electronics. First of all, with the battery life, you got to be concerned. 220 is a European power. Can you travel with it?
Hey, look, is it gonna be like when you put your tongue in that square battery? Like,
acid bite.
Don't get it wet. Don't get it wet.
Oh man, what you think, Spence?
Oh man,
Creepy or the evolution of love?
I love that. No, you know what? There are some socially awkward people out there that this may work for. You know what I mean? But no, I'm gonna go with Stu Baby on this one. It's a bit much, but you know what? To each his own. I ain't gonna judge you. As long as you leave, you know, folks.
That ain't got nothing to do with him judging nobody. That's unhealthy.
Go ahead.
Y'all are tripping. Let me tell you something.
Here we go.
Y'all don't say nothing if your lady reach over there in that top drawer and pull something out that got batteries with it. And it's A-OK. It's A-OK.
Yeah, you just told
for some of y'all.
I'm about to say, what's inside in that top
What
drawer?
is that? Well, we had a guest that was selling it.
And I was.
And it works.
You right.
It works.
You got something? You bought something?
Charlie Murphy, it works. Listen.
Oh, wow.
It's not fair for them to be able to do that, and the guys not to have loose. And not to mention, these
That
sex
ain't a
spots
loose,
the sex spots got a male version of it too now.
Slim, but it's a full doll. Let me tell you.
If you just throw it under the bed like it's one of the shaky things, is that cool? As long as you don't talk to it afterwards?
Let me tell you this.
What's a shaky
Let me tell you this. Several men said, right, Big Blue. Several men said that they went on dates and had built relationships with their bots, and one man admitted to having sex with his robot an average of 4 times a week. Okay. Far more than his wife. Are you telling me?
Dude, that's
He had a wife?
Yeah, he got a wife.
All right, now.
And
Yeah, that's
listen,
a problem.
he's explaining it with his wife sitting there and the robot right here.
Well, maybe she
When I saw
don't. Maybe she's one of the ones that don't want to do it 5 times a week.
Bro,
She
but
just
a
wanna
robot
once a week.
Yo, that's disgusting.
I'm not saying.
No,
like a
maybe
look.
maybe that works for her because she ain't got to be
Exactly.
all
Ain't
laid
no
up under the
That's
dude
like that's
all
electronic adultery. That's electronic adultery.
Ain't no
I'm
soul
sorry.
there, homie.
Is that
I'm
like a
sorry.
week. He said ain't no soul. Just like a dog. Ain't no soul.
All right,
in it.
there's 2 people who got bots in the mail.
In the mail.
Oh my God.
I think it was
I primed that joker.
That is just exotic masturbation,
There
is
are
what
some
that is.
people that are socially awkward. They might have a problem getting a lady.
Okay.
If
Should they not
robots-
be able to release 2?
And it's just one of those things. I feel like this is the wave of the future, man. If now the married thing and the relationship and dates, that's a little bit too far.
Dude, that's what they doing,
But
man.
I feel like having a robot is no different. Just like he said, it's no different than having
wait.
a sex
That's
toy.
plastic prostitution, man.
A robot is better than a
He
sock.
paid for her.
This is very
Paid
true.
for her.
Yeah, he bought her.
Better than sex.
Yeah.
He
Just
bought her.
like somebody paid for KY or some lotion or whatever
Hey,
they use.
KY is for your wife.
Not always.
Nope.
They say personal lube.
All right.
Thing. I'm just,
Listen, you put yourself out there. You remember a long time ago.
Oil, right?
Remember a long time ago I called Spence.
No.
I'm gonna leave.
Go back and look at that episode.
When you picked that towel up and it was like cardboard.
Whoa.
Talk about Starship.
All right.
Starship.
Wait a minute,
Okay, sorry
check this
about
out. The guy in this clip, he said that the artificial intelligence will remember what you said to it and repeat it back to you. Everything I said, it repeats it back to me. I don't need an electronic woman to
Remember
do
the
that.
guest audience. Remember the guest audience.
I like this, like this. My bad.
Remember that?
My bad. Forgot you was here, babe. Sorry. Give it up for our studio audience.
right? You might have to take it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take another level,
you
right?
put
Can't
the
go
red
to
lobster. You gotta go to Denny's.
I gotta go to Silver Diner, baby. You said you.
It's a
It'll be
fad.
temporary.
It's a
Yeah, I
fad,
mean,
okay.
people will have it, but nothing replaces a real real woman.
Says you.
I don't
But
know.
you gotta think about it.
Think
about it.
You right about that?
Nowadays, people are more attracted to their Bluetooth, their phones, we have a lot more keyboard courage in this culture now, and so people are like isolated from other people.
People are isolated,
and so now they're getting their gratification from artificial.
But check this out. According to one survey, almost 1/3 of the participants said that they would use a sex robot.
This is 1/3.
What they didn't mention was that the survey was taken at a Comic-Con convention.
Oh, again, the social.
I wrote that joke.
Hey, but no, if I see you out on these streets and you walking on a date with a robot, I'm laughing at you.
Dragging it.
Do they walk? Do they walk? Did it
They
say?
don't walk. They don't
Okay.
walk.
You talking about a hair?
Yours is coming in the mail. You'll know.
Yeah, I
now
figured
it's time to move on to our hubby letter. We take a letter from someone in our audience, and the husbands answer it live on the show. If you want to respond, #hubby letter. We'll be glad to read your comments. The wonderful Bree. Give it up for the wonderful Bree.
Yay!
Put your hashtag in the comment section, and Bree will read your comment. So here it is. Dear husbands, I have a close friend who is one of those hopeless romantic types. Everyone she meets has high hopes. She has high hopes that he is the one. Nothing wrong with that because I too was that type before I got married. So boom, last night she meets this guy and goes on a date for the first time. Of course the date was perfect and he was perfect and everything was perfect. She ends this story by telling me she let him come over after the date ended.
I was thinking.
Now, this is where the judgmental me enters. I'm thinking, what? I then start telling her that there is a chance now that he has put her in that type of category. Yes, I know I could be wrong, like I stated before, so I just wanted to ask the guys here for your honest opinions to see. So the question goes, if you are out here looking for the one and she invites you over on the first night, how are we feeling about this? Could she still be the one for you, or are you thinking, dang, she's this easy? Thoughts?
Yeah, you messed up.
Who messed up?
The one who let him come over the first night.
You're saying that a woman that lets you over
In this particular letter, she messed up.
She messed up.
Yeah, he wanted a little bit more of a hunt. Wait like 2-3 days.
Yeah, how do you know that?
More of a hunt in 2-3 days.
All I'm saying is, give it some time or whatever. Work on that man's mental or whatever like that. To get a physical up that fast, you messed up. In this day and age, because attention span right now, we come on for an hour. People only watch us for like 10 minutes, then they out. That's why we always saying share.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Oh,
attention span is low.
by the way, share.
There you go. Do that. But look, if you dating a woman or whatever like that, this is what I think. I've been married happily for 16 years. Shout out to my wife Veronica. I love you, baby.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, attention span is low. I've seen Will do it to so many women, just dumping them and letting go and doing everything.
Put you out there. Put you out there. I hope the one ain't watching.
Oh, so look, yes, stop it. Don't do that. You hurt yourself on this particular one. That's just my opinion. I think she hurt herself on this one.
Do you think a woman who? Let me ask you, single guy.
Right.
Do you
trying to
go ahead?
Right.
Give him.
Will, it was a joke. Will, it's a joke.
Give him the duck.
Your reaction told that it was not a joke. You're like, how you gonna put me out there like that? Dang. But do you think a woman who would invite you over on the first night, would you call her easy? Would you classify her as easy?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, well, not easy. I mean, she just know what she want out of life.
Ah,
Andre 3000.
Okay, let me ask you this: will she be the one?
Sex don't really keep a person.
I'm asking you this though: if she's willing to holler at you on the first date,
Go ahead.
will you make her the one?
Probably not.
Probably
There
not.
you go.
Because what? Tell me why.
Go ahead.
Because the thrill of the chase is gone.
The thrill of the chase is
said,
gone.
Stu, baby, just voice the people just said it.
But what you gonna say?
But you know, the other thing the other thing is, I would go. Does she do this for everybody?
That was my thought.
Oh man.
That was my
After
absolute
you finish though.
thought.
Clearly.
That's what I'm wondering.
Wait a minute, who else is up?
When you have that moment of clarity.
No.
Right.
Wait. The moment of clarity.
That moment of clarity.
No.
Go ahead, Will.
Go ahead, please. By all means, finish.
Go ahead, Will.
Finish, by all means.
No, with
Oh man.
from the standpoint of like,
Ding.
thank you. Hey, with the Magic Johnson, Easy E, all these other people that we got that we got.
Ain't nothing wrong with Magic.
You probably right. Magic ain't got that. Magic ain't got
Okay,
right, with all that going on in our society, I would think twice.
You would think twice about making her the one.
Yeah, I would think twice of actually like having sex with that woman.
Really?
Yeah.
If she tried to give it to you on the first night, you think twice about it?
If she was the aggressor, to be honest with you, yeah.
You think twice?
If she was the aggressor.
On the first night.
In regards to STDs.
Yeah.
But what if she said, okay, we can do this, but put on a condom?
I would think
that show
no
responsibility?
No. It shows that she does this a lot.
Wow. We got a comment. She does this a lot. Dang. I hope she's still watching.
Donetta King says.
Donetta King.
Go ahead.
Oh well, I may want to give it up before dinner.
Before dinner.
What?
What was the comment?
She said I may want to give it up before dinner.
So what?
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong.
She
with
just
it.
know what she want out of life.
There you go.
Well, there it is. There it is.
Go ahead, bro.
It's like a lot of things in my life. It's situational. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Ro.
Like,
But
that
do
doesn't-
tell.
To me, that
Honey Jack.
that doesn't just
Say it, Ro,
That
please.
doesn't disqualify you from being a one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Because it could have just happened, huh?
I mean, it
I
could've
might be
been-
just that fine.
It could have been one of those things. It could have just been chemistry. I'm not going to judge her on
Hunter.
that.
You're not gonna judge her on that.
Right? If the date went well and I didn't get the vibe from her like she does this all the time, even though she may. But if the date went well, we was having good conversation the whole night, and like Will said, her being the aggressor does make somewhat of a difference.
Okay.
But I feel like if it was mutual and it went down, that would not disqualify her.
Let me ask you this, both of you guys. What if she did do this all the time?
No, I don't want that.
He said, I don't want that.
Oh,
He said, I don't want that. Quote number 3. I don't want that. Not want. Won't. I don't want that.
That could be a double negative, though.
Wow.
Don't want, make it a positive.
They got do.
All right.
All right. What?
Is that a double standard though? Because dudes do that all the time.
Dang.
It
bro.
is.
Bro,
But you know what?
You know what I like about you, bro? You're so progressive. So progressive. You open-minded. The sex bots. What's next, bro? What's next for you? What's on the horizon?
You know what else about that though? I think a lot of times guys might not even necessarily when it's all said and done and over with, you might not necessarily think straight out, man, she do this with everybody, or she might be out there like that. But I think subconsciously you do, and you just slowly start to kind of pull away from them. Even if you're not doing it on purpose, I just think subconsciously you do it.
Or it could be the opposite. You say initially you're like, man, that was a little too easy. I ain't gonna call. And then next thing you know, you're on the phone with it, and then everything's kind of working out. You progressively move forward and say, you know what? Forget the past. You forget my past. I forget your past. You move forward.
And that's typically what happens though. That's what I think.
Because I will tell you this. I've heard a woman say before that they've slept with somebody because they were afraid that they would lose the opportunity for the guy to get to know them.
Really?
If they didn't do that first.
So she used that as a trap.
Not as a trap, but
Wow.
as a, hey,
Trap.
don't run away too fast because this is all you want. We're going to do this now, but it don't mean I'm going to keep giving it to you. But look, I'm not afraid to do this. This is what I'm working with, what you working with. But now let's get to know each other.
I'm going to give you a taste on the bait and then bring you in so I can. Okay.
So you set the tone.
If you say bait, then that goes to trap again.
I don't think it's bait. I mean,
so but the
you
now
sell them the
but
drug, you let them get a hit, let them know what they're getting, and then.
But you know what's interesting about that? Is that more than likely, if you have sex with somebody too early or just willy-nilly, like you have problems developing a relationship.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Will over here looking like he's getting a little frustrated with his boy right now. I don't want you to like take me off your Christmas card list.
Oh wow!
I'm not saying I agree with it.
With just him?
I'm just telling you.
That was the Halloween Django Unchained Willie.
Don't get me wrong, because when you do that, when you lay with somebody, you give them a piece of yourself, and
that's right,
you know,
man.
That's hard to get
that's
back.
100% right.
So don't get me wrong with that, bro. I don't agree with it, but you know.
I don't want to go past the
Now
letter
that I've
though.
grown up.
You want to go past the letter?
The woman was saying though that she was looking for some romantic. It looked like long-term stuff, right?
She said the one.
The one type stuff, right? That don't sound like the one behavior. There's a dating scene that's out here that's pretty ratchet, I think. And then there's a marriage scene where I'm trying to like find the one, right? And your behavior in those two situations is different. If you're just out here clubbing and having fun, go have fun. Right. Do one night stands, live it up.
And you know what? Interestingly enough, when I pose the questions on social media, I put it out here to what is largely my friend group. It's a lot of married people, a lot of church folk, right? I put it on DMV Social, you know, and it's a heterogeneous group. A lot of it's different, right? And the mentality about what people choose to do is totally different on that thread than my personal thread. So it's
so we're not judging. We're just saying it's two different.
People do things different ways. I can't judge. Now I have my own way of thinking of that. Even being so cavalier about sex before you get married. I'm all about longevity, and I don't know, man. I think that even my own attitudes about sex before I got married put some strain on my marriage. If I had it all to do it all over again, for the sake of what I got now, which I would, dude, like.
It might work out. I'm just saying.
It might work out.
Statistics have shown and all this other data that it might not work out.
It might not work out. Well, let's move on from this. We got other stuff to do. It's now time for the portion of the show where you get the good word. Stay tuned for this.
Word. Hey everybody, it's your boy Stace coming to you with the good word. Tonight I want to talk to you about comparison. One of the best ways to derail your journey to your best life is through comparison. Looking at what other people have and what they're doing and judging yourself based on what you think you see. Oh look, this person's got a great relationship. It's way better than mine. Oh look, their house is much bigger than mine. They've opened their business. What am I doing with my life? No, you gotta stop it. See, most times you're looking at people's lives like this, you aren't getting the whole picture. You're looking at some screenshot on social media or listening to sound bites from somebody else's life. Here you are putting yourself down based on something that's probably not even real. It's a false image. You got to stop that. See, we all are in different places in our lives. We all have unique circumstances which make it hard for you to have room to compare yourself to anybody else. The bottom line is comparison is a killer. All right? You got to stop that. In fact, I heard somebody say it this way. Comparing yourself to other people is an act of violence against yourself. So you got to stop. Stop killing your dreams. Stop killing your confidence. Stop the comparison, man. Just stop it.
Word. Well, I hope you enjoyed the good word, especially since it was from me. We had a couple comments from the last segment that I want to go ahead and give a chance to. What you got, Bree?
Nivea Jackson says, but when you guys get married, why complain that the wife is not the aggressor sometimes? We didn't come into the relationship that way.
I think you got to speak for yourself on that one. Nah, babe. Don't get too wild.
No. She's snapping. The wife has spoken. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Exactly.
Can I tell you a story of how we got together? Because we went into the marriage with her as the aggressor.
Man.
And I love it. She was aggressive today, girl. Shoot, girl.
And he gets on me about my comments?
What? That's my youngin'. What? She bring it out of me. Okay. Well, now it's time for the Real Talk segment brought to you by Reborn Apparel. Do you want to rep your faith with style and grace? Well, go to www.rebornkings.com and check out their full selection of chic and seasonal gear. And if you use the coupon code RHOL, you get 20% off your entire purchase. You can make your purchase right after the show at rebornkings.com. If you haven't been to that website yet, you got to check it out. If it's good enough for Kirk, it's good enough for you. If it's good enough for Ty, it's good enough for you. If it's good enough, what's the other dude's name? I don't know, but it's a bunch of people wearing it.
For that guy,
it's good enough for you.
The man's.
But let's get on to our guest. Is there a doctor in the house? Why, yes, there is. A sex doctor.
Hey.
Our next guest. Right. Our next guest is going to give us the long and short of how to manage our sex expectations and what it takes to properly please your partner. Do you have a stroke strategy? Well, welcome to the studio, licensed clinical social worker and doctor of the sexual arts, Dr. Donna Oriowo. Give it up for her. Oriowo. Dr. Donna, I got something to tell you, just in case you didn't know. Yo, what the hell?
Yeah! Hey, Stu, I got you, Stu.
Sex and food.
Sex and the party.
Let me get this gravy boat.
Gravy.
Man, boys, gravy boat.
I was doing stupid.
Oh.
No, what do you mean? Well, Doc, let's get right into it. I want to talk about sex expectations. You know what? I want to be fair. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your practice. How long have you been doing this?
I have been doing therapy since about 2010, 2009, depending on who you're talking to.
Okay.
Children, adolescents, yikes, adults.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm pretty much in couples around sex, sexuality,
cool.
especially as it comes back to how people feel anxious and depressed about it. Where's my partner? How come I don't have a partner? How come I keep ending up in these same tired relationships?
Whoa.
So sort of having those conversations and trying to get people past it and getting people comfortable with their bodies. There's a lot of people that are just not comfortable even saying the word sex out loud.
Really? Wow.
They hit me with the whisper.
Really?
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, I just wanted to ask you if you were a sex therapist.
Really? Like that?
And I'm just like, well, I'm a sex therapist.
I gotta tell you, talking to her on the phone, she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's talking about. Because you made this comment about, you made a comment about sex versus sexuality. We were talking about that for a little while, but
people get confused about it. There's a complete difference. I like to think of myself as a sexuality counselor or a sexuality therapist because the sex part is easy. I mean, you can only go so many places.
They all put so many cavities.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, so think about it. Like, where can you stick a penis? I mean, I guess you could in the ear or nose or mouth.
Well, I don't know about
the ear.
You got an anus. If you have a vulva, you stick it in the vulva. I mean, there are places you can stick. But, I mean, really, there's so many places to go. Now, with sexuality, that's more of the who you are from birth. Are a sexual being even before birth, because if you've ever seen some ultrasound, some of those babies are playing with their genitals.
Really?
Because there's pleasure there.
I've heard of that. Yeah. I've heard about it. Well, let's talk about you stopped there. Let's go further into that about sex expectations. See, I turned that. I ain't had nothing to do with what she just said, but I got somewhere I'm trying to get. As a man. How long do I need?
Whoa!
How long do I need to last to satisfy my woman? Hours, days? I mean, how long do I need that? People get into this mind frame. I need to make it all night. I've been guilty of that. I'll admit.
Yeah.
Like,
what's Beyonce's song? We be all night.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Let's talk about reality.
Okay.
So let's come down from those lofty expectations.
Really? Or those lofty sex expectations?
All those.
Okay,
we're not
good.
there. So the average man lasts between 5 and 7 minutes straight stroking.
Straight stroking 5
to 7 minutes. That whole idea that you about to stroke for 30 minutes, you're going to chafe yourself and your partner damage. So I'm trying to figure out who out here is lying on their penis. Talking about they straight stroking. Stop lying. That all night thing is more of the, we started with the kissing, the loving, the touching, and then you progress. It was not straight stroking, and don't lie to yourself and don't lie to your penis.
So here we go. Now you're talking about stroke strategy. Strategy, okay? You just said about we started off kissing and going through the whole process.
Yep.
And I guess in a man's mind, are you not thinking about straight stroking when you say the time end? Is that what you're thinking?
From the beginning, when you start the clock saying I'm having sex, nah.
Right. That's what you said, right?
The Flintstones.
What a twisted fist!
Hey, man.
Lord!
You got your tricks, I got mine.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So I think for guys, you think that way, but is it that you're looking at it from the perspective of a doctor or from the perspective of a woman? Do women think of it as sex is from the kissing part all the way through, or are women, thinking about, is it the stroke part that's the sex?
I think it depends on who you ask.
Okay.
But I like to believe that anybody that tells me, oh, well, I last about 10 minutes, I'm like, cool. I'm already taking 3 minutes off because I'm sure you're lying.
Wow.
Oh,
like for
people
real?
Now, wait.
People are padding the time. They do.
She sound like it's referees at a Wizards game. You
padding the time. It's like, oh, you know, we last about 35, 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, great. You last about 25 minutes. Because I know that you had that time.
Really?
You're probably thinking about the time that you went, you put on a little cologne, you know, got yourself all fresh, trying to be all extra on the sexy. And I'm like, come on now.
Is it that now do you need to go that long though? Like do you need
You don't.
I'm saying like this. Perspective of having the pride of, oh, I lasted that long, you know. But I mean, like, do you have to go that long? Because we're talking about strategy now. All right, we're getting to strategy. Okay, I'm of the mind that if it take you that long, then you know you might not be doing it right. You know, if it take you that long, like if it, I mean, in your younger days, we talked about this, man. In your younger days, you just like rah, right? Yep. Like, when you get older, you kind of figure it out a little bit. Like, okay, boop, 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 you know,
don't get strategy. Like a Rubik's Cube. Turn that there.
I'm confused on what you're asking.
Well,
what's the end state? What's the goal? What we trying to get to?
We trying to get to
the what?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. In which case, you put a lot of pressure. Orgasm, not from penetration.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so who's that on? That's on the woman or is that on the man?
That's on everybody.
Okay, good.
She got
you put that man on the spot. You did.
That's on everybody involved. Number one, a lot of women haven't been taught to explore their bodies. So they don't even know what they like for themselves, so they can't communicate it. So that's number one. Wow. Number two, a lot of men have been taught that the only O that matters is their own, so they are lazy. So that's on them too.
Wow.
I think that's self-taught. I don't know.
Oh, no.
So really, it's about.
I don't think there's a class.
That's what I say. There should be a class.
There you go.
There should be a class.
Why
not?
Wow.
I mean, like, people think that sex is really straight stroking. They think of it as one man and one woman, and I'm looking like, well, I know people, and I know that people are having sex with women on women, men on men, men, women, and other people. So I'm just like, it's about getting what you want, but you need to be able to be honest with yourself and whoever it is that you're trying to have sex with.
Wow.
And if you can't be honest, sometimes I wonder whether or not you're actually ready to be having sex. There's a self-evaluation that needs to go on. And there's a mental block that is happening because you can't reach nobody's O-town in the first place if you don't know you don't know what you like, and have a bunch of hang-ups about what sex should be.
What if you were like me, right? Because I ain't finna have nobody else in my room but my wife, right? It's
what
just
about a
not
robot?
going. Oh, no. That's a rope.
Shall we play a game?
That's our rope.
It's like on that threesome.
What's
A rogasm.
Y'all wouldn't roll out there.
Menage a row.
Oh wow, back to the conversation. I'm saying if you I guess I would be conservative. I'm not of the mind. I'm not having a threesome. It's not happening. My wife's not interested in that either. But and even exploring, like, how do between the two of you do you begin to explore yourselves? If that's who you are, it is by one man and one woman. How do we begin to explore ourselves?
I usually recommend that people start with a yes, no, maybe chart. You can type it in on the internet. You can find it on my website if you're willing to look.
Oh, wait a minute. Give her the simple facts about that, Willie.
Oh, you can reach her at www.ANNODRight.com. Social media, Anod Wright at Facebook, IG, and Twitter.
And don't forget.
I was about to say that.
Go ahead. Look, I'm mouthing along with you, making sure you say it right. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hurry up, we only got 20 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Don't forget to tag your friends and share with your followers to have them watch this episode with Dr. Donna.
Thank you, sir. But go ahead. We wanted to give them the facts on how to find you. Go ahead.
That's cool.
So go to your website.
So, yes, the yes, no, maybe chart basically explores a bunch of stuff that you could be doing. So, from everything from analingus,
please. No, wait. Tell us what it is. Can't you?
Why your eyes get so big?
Also known as rimming.
Yeah.
So,
okay. No, they don't know what that means.
Tossing salads. Put your tongue on that anus.
There you go.
Wow. Whoa! Are the kids asleep? Did I do the disclaimer before the show?
You could have stopped it.
All the way to shrimping.
Shrimping?
What is shrimping?
Shrimping?
Don't
Everybody does that.
No, he was saying everybody does that.
I would do that for my wife.
You said you wouldn't?
I would.
It also covers, some of them, depending on which one you find, also cover scat play. So, playing
What play?
Oh no!
No!
I got a no on the
No!
board.
And if you bring that up again, I'm gonna have you
That's how
actually
these
leave
different
and wipe your
strands of the
mouth
flu
out
get
with
started.
toilet paper.
No.
Wash your
No!
What you call it?
Scat play. Not skibby, but that about that's it. That's it.
Better get that scat out of here.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. Right here.
But there's a whole wide world of sex that is going on, and people have different interests.
Okay, all right.
Me personally, I'm just like, whatever. It's all you.
Okay.
I'm like, as long as you protect yourself,
Get your scat on.
use the right protection. This is my plug for protection. If you are trying to have sex with somebody that you don't know, but you want to stick your fingers in places you're not certain, wear a latex glove. It works just like a condom.
I would tell you this. If you want to have sex with somebody you don't know, call me about the show, and I'm going to get you saved.
What you gonna do?
Get you saved. Oh, my God. I told you we was going to have fun today. I'm going to ask you this. There's certain questions I have to ask you, okay?
All right, I'm ready.
I ask you a question about how long. This question is about how long do I have to be to satisfy my woman? How important is size when it comes to satisfying a woman?
Tell the truth.
It ain't about length. It's about girth.
It ain't about length. It's about girth.
Well, how deep you trying to hit?
I'm just asking.
Doesn't feel all that comfortable. But
Trying to puncture lungs.
okay, so I mean, there was a study that talked about the different average sizes of different men, and basically like 5 to 7 inches is pretty average. Now there are.
I made it in that number.
Barely made it.
Hey, 5.2.
Wow.
But then it's about
Wait
the
a minute.
girth because it's if you're talking about sex with a woman, then you're also talking about the clitoris, and everyone thinks it's just that one little knob that you see on the outside, and it's not. The clitoris has wings. So,
Like Red Bull, huh?
yes, like Red Bull.
But
So
don't say that
just
no more, 'cause
if
they
you're
not
thinking
sponsored.
about the actual anatomy of the clitoris, it is better if you can hit those wings, and that requires girth, not length. Or you're gonna have to change up your stroke game. You gotta go in circles.
Go in circles. You got me going in circles.
Angles.
Wow. That's very insightful.
Go in circles.
Wow. What are the comments? I don't know where to go at. I don't know where to go at. Oh, man, I'm good. So, look, what if someone... I got you. What if you have...
This is the one you want to be asked.
I got you back. Hold on.
Here you go. Say I have a friend.
I have a friend sitting to my right.
Kill yourself.
Man. But no, like I want to ask this question. Talk to us about our morning wood. You said that if we notice, or if a man notices that he doesn't experience it anymore, then that could be a problem.
Yeah. Blood flow. It's everything. It's your body making sure that you're actually ready to continue or to be able to do, making sure that your organs are working properly. And the average man is supposed to have about 3 to 4 erections throughout the night. Now, maybe not like
Raging.
I'm about to have sex, but there is supposed to be some blood flow there to make sure that everything is still working. So if you're not experiencing the blood flow, I would say think about why. you're not experiencing the blood flow. So, you know, with age, you lose testosterone, and that becomes sort of a natural way of decline. I think it's nature's way of saying stop having children. But beyond that, yeah, because you don't need to be 88 having your first kid.
Shout out to Quincy Jones.
Quincy line.
Big Q doing his thing.
But, you know, just making sure that you have that blood flow. So then it's thinking about, what are you eating? Are you having enough water? Because honestly, I have people that be like, oh, I'm like, well, I want you to keep a food log. So you drink beer and you eat nothing. They're eating nothing but fatty food. And I'm just like, you know what? You gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
I mean, and on top of that, if you want your cum to taste better, then you need to switch it up.
Wow.
Well, let's go back to that. I thought that was gummy berry juice.
Bree, do we got anything in the comments? I'm sure. Lord Jesus. I'm sure there's something in the comment section.
Well, Vonetta King.
Oh,
yes. I need at least 7 inches, but the girth is where it's at.
Wow.
There you go.
The girth
is she set the bar.
She said, will you? Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Bree. You're awesome. Anybody else, by all means, chime right on in. Hashtag, oh, Lord. Oh, man. But you said that there are a lot of women who don't regularly experience orgasm. And I guess it's true. But what are the causes of that? So what are the common causes? Because I remember you said this. A lot of women are faking it, right? You said a lot of women are faking
and a lot of men are running around here feeling extra macho about themselves and looking like she lied, boo.
Wow. So, I mean, but why isn't she? I mean, you know.
Why isn't she?
Why isn't she?
Well, like I said, mental block for her because she doesn't know her body or she hasn't explored her body. And that's usually when I say, are you even comfortable saying sex? Are you comfortable saying anus? Are you comfortable saying vulva? Are you comfortable saying vagina? Are you comfortable with even the words that have to come for you to be able to communicate it with somebody? Are you comfortable with the partner that you've chosen? Because sometimes, you know, like it's you.
Is it true?
Sometimes
it's you. They can love you deeply and wholeheartedly and not be feeling you, baby, you.
Dang.
So is
you being the dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whoever they're having sex with.
Is it true that a woman has to be connected to you emotionally?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute. And mostly
It's a common misconception.
What do you
mean? And it was started by men to say that the only way a woman wants to have sex is to have some emotional connection.
No. I was saying to have an orgasm, a lot of women say that they need to be emotionally connected to the person. It's just not just sex. There's a little bit more.
That depends on the woman.
Right.
Okay.
Because there's some men that would say the same thing. I don't feel an emotional connection, so I can't get there with this person. Yeah, because you'd be surprised what walks in my office.
Have you found in your sessions with women that some of them can't seem to get out of their head, or they're putting too much thought into things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Society has put a whole lot of expectations on what a woman is supposed to look like. So you're supposed to be thin, white, blonde hair, blue eyes for you to be considered beautiful. And every deviation you make from that is hard on you. So for me, for example, I'm just like, well, I'm sort of stuck between two worlds. I'm Nigerian American. Nigerians appreciate larger bodies. I'm not with a Nigerian dude though. I'm with an American dude.
And
now
also
he
don't have
doesn't
a larger
have exactly. I don't have a larger body, but there was a time where that's all I wanted.
A larger body?
A larger body. I wanted boobs and butt for days. Things that my siblings have that I do not.
Wow. That's funny because that's what we want too.
But they're spectatoring. That's the technical term for it. So that idea of they're wondering how you're seeing them when they're naked. So like they're laid down. They're like, what's my neck doing? Is my hair weird? And if you got an afro, you worried about that sort of.
Really?
You know, that flat afro. Because I mean, you start off missionary and then you flip it over. It's like, wait, my hair. So
my woman can't look bad naked. She can't. It's impossible. I'm just saying. She just can't.
I have a question for the married guys. Do you get a lot of women that come in that say, after having children, I lost my sex drive?
Yeah, they do.
So what's your...
The remedy
What's
is
your
usually
advice
to try and get back to who you were before you had the child. A lot of people start to identify with I am a parent, I'm a parent, and you forgot your mate. Your mate is supposed to be your number one. That's the one right there. Without that mate, you can't have that kid. So you have to remember that other piece of yourself, and that other piece of yourself is I am someone's partner, and this is our product, and your product will eventually leave you for their own mate. So keeping that in mind, so you're always nurturing that relationship so that you can try to get back to the sex that you were having.
And on that note, because that's actually perfect. You know? That's perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect note. On that note, I absolutely want to thank Dr. Donna for hanging out with us. Woo! She was excellent.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, before you go, Willie, give them the simple facts on Dr. Donna Oriowo.
All right. Check her at anodright.com. So social media, anodright, Facebook, IG, Twitter. And don't forget to tag some friends.
He did it. For this great episode with Dr. Donna. Listen, everybody who tuned in, everybody who shared, who commented, who put an emoji on, whatever you did, thank you so much. We appreciate you every time you tune in to us. You know these husbands, we love that.
Hey! Woo! You a man.
Which camera's on, the green or the red?
Both.
No, I mean when it goes green.
I don't know.